Hello students, today let us discuss about the important short questions which carries 2 marks. The first and foremost important question is the work energy principle, which you already know that this particular principle states that the change in kinetic energy is equal to the work done by the body. Or you can write down in this way: the work energy principle states that the net work done by all the forces which is acting on the body is equal to the change in kinetic energy. That is, final kinetic energy minus initial kinetic energy is equal to work done by that particular body. And coming to the next important question is, what is center of gravity? Now, irrespective of all the bodies has this a particular point which is known as the center of gravity, or we can define a center of gravity is the theoretical point of a body where the entire weight of the body is assumed to be concentrated. Now, when we talk about this center of gravity, now each, for example, if you have the pen with which you are writing, the pen, if you are trying to balance it on your finger, if it balances, then if it balances and the pen is static in nature on the finger, then the point where it balances is called as the center of gravity. So each and every, even you also have that particular center of gravity where the total weight of the body is acting or getting concentrated. That is called as center of gravity. And the next question is, what are the different types of friction? There are two. They are classified into two types. One is static friction, and second one is the dynamic friction. And we can also put this limiting friction under the category of the types of friction. And what is static friction? Is a frictional force which develops when a particular body is there on a particular horizontal surface. Or you can say static friction is that friction where the frictional force, it is that frictional force which prevents an object from starting to move across a surface. The best example is when you're sitting in the classroom, when you're on the sitting on the bench and listening to the class, you're under static friction. Coming to the second one is limiting friction. It is the maximum value of static friction where just where the body just starts to slide. Okay, so it is the maximum value of static friction is known as limiting friction. Coming to dynamic friction, the friction which acts between moving surfaces, or like when you're walking on the road or when you're walking on the corridor, this type of dynamic friction is coming into picture in between your if shoes and the pavement or the road on where you're walking, or the surface where you're walking. Kinetic friction is again subdivided into two types: sliding friction and rolling friction. So, when a particular body is sliding over another body, the friction that is developed between these two surfaces is called as sliding friction. And rolling friction is when a particular body, like a ball or a wheel, you can talk about a wheel of your bike, or the wheels of the four wheeler, the car, which is rolling on the road. So, in between the tire and the road, the friction developed is called as rolling friction. Okay, and next is your D'Alembert's principle, which is again very very important question, which is also referred to as the principle of dynamic equilibrium. That means any dynamic equilibrium problem, if you want to convert it into static equilibrium, uh, we are adding a particular force, and that force is called as a inertia force, and we are adding it to the external forces. Clear? So D'Alembert's principle is actually referred to as the principle of dynamic equilibrium, which states that a system of rigid bodies which is in motion can be reduced to static equilibrium problem by adding an inertia force to the external forces. And one more important 2 marks question is angle of repose. What is actually angle of repose? Angle of repose is a very important topic under friction. Now, angle of repose is the maximum angle of the inclined plane at which the object remains in the position of rest without sliding down. So, above this angle, that is above this angle of repose, the body will start to slide down. Okay, so it is that maximum angle at which a body placed on an inclined plane remains at rest without sliding down. So thank you.